so much for inviting us here to your home and your backyard. It's absolutely beautiful. I think you guys keep it up pretty well.
Thank you so much for coming.
So Rachel, you probably get this all the time, but I just have to tell you, She's All That is like one of my favorite chick flicks. Do people still come up to you all the time and ask you about the film?
Not often enough, actually.
Not often enough?
No, so I'm just kidding. No, thank you.
I mean, you were the envy of every girl at my high school for getting to make out with Freddie Prinze Jr.
I thought we didn't really make out. It wasn't, I wouldn't call that a full make out.
It was more innocent.
It was a lot more innocent.
Do people still come up to you and recognize you for it?
Yeah, and that makes me happy not only because it means people have seen the film, but because I still look remotely like I did, you know, over 10 years ago, so.
You look exactly the same.
Dude, just keep moisturizing.
What is your beauty secret?
Just keep moisturizing and sweat like a lot, like we're doing.
Right out here.
It's really hot.
Hang out in the backyard. Okay, well, we won't dwell on that. You have a new show on TNT called Perception. Tell me all about that.
Okay, Perception is about a really brilliant professor of neuroscience played by Eric McCormick, who's an amazing actor. He himself, here's the twist of the show, plays a highly functioning schizophrenic. So it's one of those tricky, you know, person who knows everything about the brain, can't manage his own condition. I play a former student of his who recruits him to help solve the FBI solve crimes where there's a lack of physical evidence, and we need to approach things from a purely like psychological standpoint. So
very cool.
It's pretty fun. The format's really different, and the biggest difference is that you get to really sort of accidentally learn something about human behavior and the brain, and I love sort of inadvertent education like that through entertainment. That's like my favorite.
So you go home with all kinds of fun facts to share?
Yeah. Diagnose your friends, family, neighbors, whatever.
I'm sure they love that.
You know, they will. Someday they'll thank me.
They'll be very appreciative. Now you play an FBI agent. Do you actually get to carry a gun?
I really do.
A real one?
Okay, I should clarify. Yeah, it's a real gun, but you know, it's blocked up so I don't hurt anybody, or more likely myself.
I assume in real life you're a pacifist, though. I know you're a vegetarian.
Of course, but honestly, I do believe that being a vegetarian is not for everyone. And if you're willing to hunt and kill your own food, power to you. The native peoples did it, and yeah.
So how long have you been a vegetarian, and why did you make that decision?
I was just a typical 15-year-old with a whim. It was a very long time ago. I'm not going to do the math on that. And I just said, I'm going to be a vegetarian this week. I think that'd be cool, right? That'd be cool. And I did, and yeah. All right, fine. I'm 32. There.
It's out. It's out. You don't look a day over 20.
Do you want to move in? Do you like it here?
Sure. Is there room? So you're married to Vampire Diaries star Daniel Gilles, actually. Is he a vegetarian too?
He's a mostly practicing vegetarian. He's trying it out, and it's not like I force my eating habits on him because I can't cook anyway.
So I know you guys have 3 dogs, but are children in your future anytime soon?
Not that I know of.
Not right now.
No. But yeah, it's definitely on the table. So.
I read that you would even consider adoption.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Daniel and I have both been fortunate to shoot in many different parts of the world, and we've both seen extreme poverty up close, and if there was a way that we could help out a kid from a more third world country, we'd be happy to do that.
So speaking of traveling abroad, you just got back from Bogota. Tell me about what you were shooting there.
I was shooting a movie for Lifetime. It's called Left to Die. I play the daughter, Barbara Hershey plays my mom. Basically, the mother is accused of smuggling drugs. They're not hers, she hates drugs, there's no way that she did this. And they throw her into prison in South America. The daughter has to, against all odds, find a way to get someone in Washington to pay attention to her mother's case and to get her freed, because her mother also, on top of this horrible situation, has a terminal illness.
Sounds like a very inspiring story.
It is.
And you were in Bogota, coincidentally, before this. Daniel was out there shooting and directing a movie. Tell me about that one.
He was shooting a movie that he wrote and directed called Broken Kingdom.
What was it like having your husband be the director?
Having my husband be the director is incredible on so many levels. He's an incredible leader and an amazing sort of creative presence and force. And when you're in a partnership, you can't sort of say, I'm the leader here, because that's not really the forum. But when you're working for someone who you respect and they're able to sort of lead a team that way, it's really, it's kind of hot, I gotta say.
It sounds hot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you have so much going on right now. Where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years?
Let me see. After I learn to sing and adopt a child after lunch, I think maybe, no, I don't know. I'm hoping that I will still be getting to work with the great people that I am now. I hope that there's many years of Perception to come, knock on wood.
Has it been renewed for a second season?
Yeah, we have a second season. So I already know what I'll be doing through 2013. I don't know, I want to see more of the world and just keep learning, basically.
And still look as great as you did in She's All That.
Love her.
10 more years later.
Girl crush.
Girl crush. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure.